Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel again. So this will be the first video of my project about migrating Visual Basic project into Spring Boot security with React vite.js. And yeah, the background will be with Java, and the rest will be in React and with JavaScript basically. So yeah, this is the first video. I've done an intro. This is the first video, and to begin with, I did record quite a lot of videos during the work and what I was doing. I went through a lot of tutorials to learn API and Spring Boot and security and all that stuff to get this started. And I've actually enjoyed myself doing the work and learning about it. Like it takes me back in the days back in uni. I think back at uni we did J2E, where we created this application with like using the 3-tier design pattern, and I created, or as part of the class work, the requirement was to create this sort of like eBay sort of thing where you bid on a product. But anyway, I would like to work on that in the near future, but today is about this project basically. So to begin with, and I don't want to talk too much, to begin with, I created a folder, so you can see a big folder here of the project, and then I created another folder for the backend and the frontend, so they are in one project, one folder. And this way I'm able to manage it well by going up and down the thing without sweeping over to another page and so forth, right? So in the back end, if you are using VB, sorry, if you are using VS Code, I've kind of like got used to VS Code working on this project. I never thought that I could do big Java projects in VS Code, because I always think that VS Code is a little bit, it's like a lightweight type of development environment thing. So IDE. So basically, but I've learned how to use it, and I think in order to get started, you have to do Command Shift P, which brings you here, and then you have to click on Spring Initializer. And then in the Spring Initializer, you can select all the stuff that you need. For example, security. So you can select security. So you can see that all my project has the stuff that I need. It's got OAuth security. It's got Spring Starter. It's web and all that stuff. It's got Lapbook. Yeah, yeah. So you can see all these stuff that I've added to my Spring project, and you can see a tick of the list. I'm using Postgres SQL driver and Spring Data JPA and Spring for RabbitMQ, Spring Boot Dev Tools. These are all the stuff that I have added to the project. And once you've got everything selected, you're gonna click on enter, and then you can see I've got 8 dependencies there. After all these, it would I'm trying to get out of here. So after everything that you've added, if we go into the pom.sml file, you will see all the stuff there, dependencies that you've added, and yeah, so it will create the project and all that stuff for you, the name. You go through all that when you choose it, and you can see how I've created my project here. So there are some videos out there to show you how to do this, but I won't go into depth. And then in the project structure, it creates you SRC, and then you got the main bit where you can put all your backend stuff in, and then in the test bit, this is where you can write your integration and unit tests for the backend basically. So that is all for the backend. And then come to the front end is React. So you needed a node installed. If I was to say node dv-v, you can see that I've got node version 21.2.0, and obviously it comes with npm as well. So if you want to, you can install node. I think the best way I got node on my computer was going to Google and just type node, and then you will just download the node. Let me just show you how to do that. Yeah, so if you do hear any background noise, it's because there are a lot of people in this house. Anyway, so yeah, if you go on to Google and if you just search for Node.js, Node.js download right here. You can go into Node, and I think what I did, I installed the Mac OS, and I'm using Mac OS. And then if you download it and then you follow the instructions how to install it, and then obviously once you go into your VS Code, you will see your node, and it comes with npm. Once you've got that sorted, then you're gonna follow quite various ways to install all the other dependencies. For example, you can see in my, if you do npm init, and then if you do y, normally it will accept it. If you see -y, it will accept it as it is, and then it will create you your package.json file. Once your package.json file is created, you can start installing your vite and all that stuff. So once you install vite, it will create you a basic front end. It will give you all the stuff that you need for your front end. It will create all the folders that you need, and then all you have to do is add the folders in as you go along. Yeah, so you can see I've got quite a bit of dependencies here. I won't be able to show you how to do it, but all you have to do is Google. For example, if you this is for making calls to the API from the front end. Bootstrap is basically the CSS I don't know, not project, but the CSS framework or libraries that you can use on your phone, so that you don't have to create your own CSS files. JWT is for security. You create your code for the user. So once the user logs in, you can create a code from the backend for the user, so that it's a security thing for the login, so that that the user is authenticated. And then you got React, and then you've got React Bootstrap, React DOM, React Router DOM, and React Select. And then there's other dependencies as well that I have had to do as well. At types React, DOM, vite.js plugin React, ESLint plugin React, and then the rest of it. I mean, you can see it right here. So if you do a screenshot and just go on to Google and just start asking for it, you can just install. For example, let me just show you. Let's say you wanted Bootstrap, and if I was to go to Google, and if I was to go to say Bootstrap npm, I like to use the npm bit because it's easier and quicker, so then you can just copy. So this one is npm Bootstrap. You just copy that one. If I was to just copy it from here, and it shows you what you can do and all that stuff. And if I was to go back to VS Code, the way that I would do it is to go to CD, go to my front end folder, and say enter. So I'm inside the front end folder, and I will just type it as npm install Bootstrap, and it will install it as it is. So another thing that I can show you is Let's say, for example, React. Let's say you wanted to do React as well. You would basically go onto the internet and say React. You type React and you say npm. This is the easiest way to do it, and then you just go to npm and you just go copy here, and then you come to VS Code. Make sure you are inside your front end folder and just go like this, and then you enter, and then you have it installed. So it will just put everything in place, and it will create you all this bit once you've got installed, and then you know how to jump into your front end. And if you want to go into your front end and see the first page of your React vite.js, you just have to do, as you can see on the script here, there's something called vite. It takes you to the vite, and you say dev. So if you say npm run dev, I've already got it running. Here. It will take you to the local host that you have set up. Now I change it from the normal local host to something else I wanted, because you can configure it and somewhere here, and I'll find out where I did it. And if you have it configured over there, you can actually go into your website and see what you've installed. And it's quite easy getting all that stuff in, but you just have to make sure that do screenshots of all these dependencies and dev dependencies, and then install all of it. So my suggestion is just do screenshots and then go to Google and find all that and install. Once you've got everything running, the next thing really that I went into is following the videos that I went through, is to create working on the backend. I worked on the backend, and obviously with Bootstrap is Spring Boot is using Java. So with Spring Boot security, it comes with, you have to create a folder called configuration and all that stuff. But I'm gonna do this in the next video because this will run too far ahead. So I hope you know how to get started and build yourself up, and work your way up and do all this stuff. So it's very easy, Spring Boot, and to get started and install Spring Boot, and also to get started with React and vitejs is quite easy. I also used Postman in most of the tests that I was doing for the backend, because it is quite easy to get started and work with. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you are all settled. Leave comments and anything that you want to share with me. Give me any advice that you want to advise me. I will take it. I will take it on board, and hopefully, if I can, work on it. I'm gonna talk about the structure of the folder here on the next video. So please like my channel, and do subscribe to my channel if you are new here, and I hope you come back to the next one.